Since the beginning of the social web, marketers have been trying to figure out what it is that creates buzz online.
What's your secret?
Is it that funny viral YouTube video? Witty real-time Twitter banter? A big enough budget on Facebook? Kylie Jenner's Instagram?
I think that's so awesome.
Well, I'm going to tell you today that it's none of those things. But it's also not rocket science. The biggest factor that will determine how quickly something travels through a network is... I guess you'll just have to stick around to find out. My name is Tara, and this is Truly Social. First off, in his 2013 book, Contagious: Why Things Catch On, Jonah Berger revealed that only 7% of word of mouth happens online. This is significant because the other 93%, it's very difficult to determine where and how it traveled and who is spreading it. But if you've watched my other videos, you know that I don't consider social to be a purely online phenomenon. The social web has just provided us tools to gather virtually. We've always gathered socially.
I love you, man.
When it comes to amplification, many marketers focus in on the influencers in various verticals. This isn't a terrible idea, as influencers tend to have large networks. Paying Kylie Jenner to post your product on her Instagram will get you brand exposure, for sure.
It's cool.
However, it's still not nearly as powerful as word of mouth between friends. Kylie's relationships are one way. Her fans trust her recommendation more than one coming from a brand, but not as much as recommendations from their friends and two-way connections. And two-way connections, well, they're formed in communities.
Community left barely alive.
Online communities. I bet that's a phrase marketing hasn't heard for a few years. Usually only uttered in non-profit fan and creator circles these days, online communities have been virtually forgotten by the marketing department. You see, years ago, online communities were all the rage. Only marketers weren't really as interested in self-organized online communities. It was all about branded and owned communities. So as you can imagine, this tactic was a big fat flop. And with the baby, out went the bathwater. But this was a huge mistake.
I've made a huge mistake.
People organize around interests and identities all over the web. Through Twitter hashtags and Facebook groups and forums, on email discussion lists, in comment sections, in subreddits, and so on. Where there is an interest, identity, or shared experience, you will find community. Now, free from brand intervention, people within these communities frequently share knowledge and recommend products and services. For instance, my condo has an online community. I found my cleaner, my dog walker, and several repair services through this group. I didn't Google stuff, I didn't read an ad. I asked my neighbors and took their first or most frequent recommendations. Communities are word of mouth amplifiers.
You tried to destroy us,
but you only made us
more awesome!
So yeah, why wouldn't brands want in on that action? However, it's not as simple as placing an ad in front of people within a community or paying someone with millions of followers to endorse your product. You actually have to spend time to create those two-way relationships within the community.
But it's hard.
And those relationships have to be genuine. Now, I can feel the media department's eye roll from here. So I'll let you in on the secret. If it's volume you want, then you need to tap into a community with density. So here's my rule. The higher the density of relationships within a community, the more things will spread between the members online and off. So then, how do you know if a community has density?
You will all be trapped in this dense symbolist tome forever!
Well, there are tools out there like Affinio, who I've mentioned in a previous video, but it also helps to understand how density is created. Density is created when you add things like uncertainty, isolation, marginalization, competition, high passion, shared experiences, close contact, unique commonalities, history, and of course, time to kill. I've been part of many of these communities over the years. Two that come to mind immediately are Women in Tech and Startup Founders, both gathered around uncertainty, passion, and experiences, as well as some marginalization. You'll find density in immigrant communities, minority groups, sports fans, small towns, cliques, outcasts, and enthusiasts. If you can connect and impress just a few people in a dense community, you'll create a killer referral engine.
I wouldn't recommend it.
The key is finding a community of density where you can add value and who can return that value in kind.
The stakes have never been higher.
My name is Tara, and this has been Truly Social.